Hey, what's good, guys? It's Seth with Ascent22.com. So I have a quick update for the stock market. In my past video, I told you guys that the S&P 500 was trading at a very critical point, and that could also affect the crypto market. So back then, the index, the S&P 500 index, was trading at 2 standard deviations away from the mean, right? The mean price is sitting about 3,901, and 2 standard deviations away from this mean price is at 4,795. And when I saw that we were getting, the index price was getting rejected at the second standard deviation, which is also in confluence with the 1.61 Fibonacci extension level, then that is when I said that it is highly likely we are about to see a correction in the stock market. Because from past history, whenever the second standard deviation forms confluence with the 1.61 Fibonacci extension level or the 2.61 Fibonacci extension level, that is when we usually see a 10 to 15% dump in the stock market, right? And since then, we have seen that the S&P 500 has done something it has not done in a while, right? So this ascending wedge pattern that I'm drawing out on the chart, we see that the price has been trading in this ascending wedge pattern for a very long time, right? We have bounced off the resistance line to the support line, from the support line to the resistance line, from the resistance line to the support line, back to the resistance line, and back to the support line. But for the first time in a while, we are seeing a candle close below the support line, right? So this is looking bearish for the stock market. Since this candle has broken below the support line, this is looking bearish for the stock market. And if we do not get a bounce from here very fast, then we are going to see further downside in the stock market, right? We'll probably see a 10 to 15% dump in the stock market, or probably even more, right? So from a market cycle perspective, I would say that we have hit the top of the market cycle, right? The bull run that we had from March 2020 to this point over here, we see that we have broken that bullish trend, right? And it is possible we will see further downside from here if we do not get a bounce really quick. So that is something to watch out for. But now let's look at the market from a detailed perspective. Okay, so before looking at some technical indicators and also looking at the S&P 500 from the lower time frame, we see that the S&P 500 is at the moment about 7%, more than 7% away from the all-time highs, right? So this is definitely looking bad for the S&P 500 because we have not yet seen a 7% dump from the all-time highs in a long time, right? So this is definitely looking bad for the S&P 500. But when we look at the VPVR, we see that we are getting some support between 4,000 and 4,500, right? So between 4,000 and 4,500, we are getting some support. If we end up breaking below that, then we'll probably end up dropping even lower to about 4,200, right? But I do think we'll get some impulsive moves in the stock market very soon. I think we'll probably get a bounce back to the support line, to retest the support line to see whether we'll break above it. If we do not break above it, then we'll probably end up coming back lower, right? So that is something to watch out for. But now let's look at some indicators. Let's look at the RSI in the weekly time frame. So from the RSI, we see that the RSI is in a downtrend. The RSI is at about 47 at the moment. So it is possible that we could go further downside on the RSI in the weekly time frame, right? That is possible as well because over here we see that the RSI is below the downtrend even, showing that we are losing a lot of strength for the S&P 500, right? Now let's look at the MACD. The MACD line over here, the blue line over here is below the signal line, right? So it is possible that we will see further downside because we are losing a lot of momentum, right? But I'll probably think we'll get some bounce back, right? Before maybe pushing back lower. But that is just my assumption. But at the moment, I'm leaning more towards bearish long term for the S&P 500. Let's look at the squeeze momentum. The squeeze momentum is also showing a loss of momentum, right? But we are not yet getting the reversal that we saw in the MACD, right? The squeeze momentum is not confirming the reversal of momentum just yet. We are seeing that we are losing momentum, but we're not yet seeing red bars that we are seeing over here. So if we see red bars over here, then we know that, okay, the momentum has been confirmed, and then we are going to see way more downside for the S&P 500, right? Now let's look at the S&P 500 from the lower time frame. So let's go to the daily chart. We already know what is happening over here, right? So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the index breaking the ascending wedge pattern again. Let's look at the indicators. Let's look at the RSI. The RSI over here is at about 30. So it is possible that we could get a bounce from here very soon for the S&P 500, an impulsive bounce right back up. But if we are not able to hold that bounce and push higher, then we'll probably end up coming back lower, right? Now let's look at the RSI in the 4-hour time frame as well. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, we see that the RSI is also at 30 over here. So it is possible that we'll probably get a bounce, right? An impulsive bounce back up. If we do not hold it, then we'll probably head lower. Like I said before, in the 1-hour time frame, things are looking bad as well. The RSI is trending downwards. It's trending downwards and also looking very low at the moment, right? So things are looking very bad, but I think we'll get some bounce very soon. I think we'll get a bounce very soon, an impulsive bounce. And if that doesn't hold, then we'll probably end up going lower. Okay, help a brother out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My name is Seth and I make content that makes you more money. So if making more money with cryptos or the stock market is something you are interested in, then definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications as well. And now let me know which other stocks or cryptos you would like for me to cover in the comment section.